Hey guys, really sorry that I'm not there to walk you through this, but I'm just going to talk you through a few of these problems that you worked on in class. I feel like most people were pretty much done with the graphing and a little bit of the substitution in class on Tuesday, but I will walk you through at least one of each before you take your quiz. So you're going to take your quiz right after this, okay? So let's just do one graphing problem, okay? We'll do number 2 because I feel like I saw most of your number 1s. This is a y-intercept of -3. Remember, your y-axis is the vertical one. So this is the first thing you're going to plot at -3. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3 down. And then your slope is a -3/2. Remember, that is rise over run. So negative is going to go down. Run always goes to the right. So we're going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then over 2, 1, 2 to the right. Okay, so it looks like this. If you want to do it again the other way, you can go up 3, left 2, like that. So this is what your graph for the first line will look like. And then your graph for the second line, you have a +4 as your y-intercept. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to go right there. And then with a slope of 1/4, you're going up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. Okay, so if we go the other way, down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, you can see that is your solution. Okay, that's where the two lines meet, but I do want to see both your lines, so draw your lines in. And then your solution is to name that point. So that point, if you start at 0, 0, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, so -4. And then 1, 2, 3 up is a +3. Okay, so that one comes out to -4, 3. Okay, now I'm going to walk you through one or two of the substitution, maybe two. This first one, you have y isolated in both of them. So you can actually choose which one you want to be the substitutor. I am just going to take y as 2x, and I'm going to take out the y in the next equation, and I'm going to put in 2x, okay? So ditch the y, put in the 2x, and then just rewrite the rest of it. -3x plus 10. So now when we want to solve for x, we got to get our x's together. So we add 3x. Okay, so this is 5x. Bring down your equal sign. This is 0, but we still have a 10 here. And then you're going to divide by 5. So x is 2. Okay, so that's half of your answer. But now we have to figure out what y is. So we're going to take that 2 and we're going to plug it in to one of our equations up here. I would do the top one for this, but you could do the bottom just fine. Y equals 2 times our x value, which is 2. So our y value is 4. If you leave it just like that, I'm fine with that. If you would rather write it as a point, which is awesome, it's the 0.24, right? Your x value and then your y value. Okay, and then I'm also going to show you number 4. Number 4, you have to isolate a variable. And I think where people struggle is which variable to isolate. It is okay to get x by itself. Okay, a lot of people want to solve for a y, but the x is actually the easiest one here because it has a coefficient of 1. Okay, if it has a 1 in front, that's the easiest one to get alone. So to get this x by itself, we're going to take away a 3y. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this equation right here as x equals -3y minus 5. Or you could write it as -5 minus 3y. Okay, so now I know what x equals. This is what x equals. I'm going to plug that in into the other equation where my x is. So it's going to be -2 times my x value, -3y minus 5. And then I'm just going to finish out that equation. Minus y equals 5. Okay. Then from here we distribute So this is 6y plus 10 minus y equals 5. 6y minus y is 5y. And then I'm going to get that 10 out of there and move it to the other side. 5 minus 10 is a negative 5y. And then we divide by 5. So y equals negative 1. Okay, once you know what y is, I would say it's easiest to plug that y value into your equation that you turned it into, because that has x by itself, but you can really plug it into any of these. Okay, but I know that x is equal to negative 3 times the y value minus 5. Well, my y value is negative 1. So negative 3 times a negative 1 is a positive 3 minus 5. So x is negative 2. Okay, and again, you can just leave it like that if you want, or you can write it as negative 2, negative 1 as a point. Okay. I don't remember off the top of my head what the answer to this one was, but I'm going to work it out real fast just to make sure. Oh, yes. So this one, when you plugged this in here, you get negative 3x plus 3x is 0, right? So you end up with negative 6 equals 6 when you plug it in. Notice your x and y are gone, okay? When your variables disappear, that's either infinitely many solutions or no solutions. If this is false, which it is, it's no solution. If it's a true equation with no variables, then it's infinitely many. I believe, did this one come out to infinitely many? I think number 8 came out to infinitely many solutions. Talk to your neighbor if you're not sure. I know I talked to some people in the room about that the other day, so they could help you with that. Okay, and then elimination. This one, we'll do one just like this right here. So I'm going to skip number 6 right now, but I want to do number 7 with you. On number 7, you have to multiply both equations by something. You cannot get opposite coefficients for your x's with only multiplying 1, and you cannot get opposite coefficients with your y's with only multiplying 1. So we're going to do both. I think the y's are the easier to do, because one's already negative and one is positive, and they're smaller numbers, okay? So if I multiply the top by 4 and the bottom by 3, I'll get a negative 12 and a positive 12, okay? So I'm going to rewrite this top one here. That's going to be 24x, right? Multiply that, minus 12y, and don't forget to multiply by this guy, equals 60. Okay, then we go here. 21x plus 12y equals 30. Okay, now we add them. So this is 45x, this is 0, equals 90. And if 45x equals 90, then to solve that, we're going to divide by 45. So x is 2. Okay, and then once you know x is 2, you can either plug it in here, or here, or here, or here. Okay, I'm just going to plug it into that top one, I think. So 6 times 2 minus 3 times y equals 15. So 12 minus 3y equals 15, and I'm going to take away the 12. So we get negative 3y equals 3, and then we're going to divide by negative 3. So y is negative 1. Very similar answer to the one up top. So this is 2, negative 1 for your solution. Okay, I'm going to do this last word problem with you, and then you will take the quiz. Okay, this one says use x and y to represent two numbers. The sum, okay, and there's one just like this on your quiz. Sum is addition. So the sum of the two numbers is, that's equals in math, right? So the sum is 19. So that means x plus y equals 19. Okay, that's one equation in your system. The other equation is right here. Their difference, their meaning x and y's difference, difference meaning subtraction, is meaning equals 55. Okay, so when you see is in math, you got to think equals. When you see sum, think add. When you see difference, think subtract. Okay, so their difference, x minus y, is 55. Okay, now you can solve this however you want, substitution or elimination. I think elimination is easiest on this one because it's already set up with opposites here, okay? Where you have to be careful, where I think a lot of people make mistakes, is when we add these together, this is not x, okay? This is 1x plus 1x, which is 2x, and I think people forget to make that a 2x. This is 0 equals, that would be 74. Okay, so then we solve, divide by 2. So x equals 37. Okay, so that's one part of your answer. Now we have to plug that in either to the second equation here or the first equation here, okay? So if we plug it into that top one, 37 plus y equals 19. So you're gonna solve that y. We're gonna take 37 away. So 19 minus 37 is a negative 18. Okay, so your two numbers are 37 and negative 18. Okay, if you have any quick questions, talk to a neighbor, but it's quiz time otherwise. So put everything away. Pencil and calculator are all you need. Good luck, do your very best, and then you'll do 6-4 after the quiz.